Good Morning Night Vale is brought to you by The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine, a new independently produced and crowdfunded 10-episode original audio drama. Set in a deceptively familiar world of electronic surveillance and machine-mediated communication, The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine follows Lydia Ryan and her friends, lovelorn Ethan and wannabe internet sensation Dee, as they struggle to unravel the mystery of her mother's disappearance. Escape the sinister Fontaine family, and survive the feud over her grandfather's supernatural legacy. It weaves bitter family drama and high-stakes intrigue with fantasy and cyberpunk elements to create a surreal mystery about secrets and grudges, old books, big data, and the promise of infinite knowledge. And do not forget the talking birds. It's a full-cast production with original music and a bespoke soundscape presented through a series of found-footage-style surveillance recordings. And it's important to note, this show was made entirely without generative AI. Even the computers are voiced by human actors. Episodes are free, and you can start listening right now with the Season 1 finale due to come out on August 16th. For more information, go to lydiadisappears.com. and find The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine wherever you get your podcasts and start listening from the beginning.
Insurance isn't one size fits all, and shopping for it shouldn't feel like squeezing into something that just doesn't fit. That's why drivers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they show you options that fit your budget. Enough hunting for discounts, trying to calculate rates, and tinkering with coverages. Maybe you're picking out your very first policy, or maybe you're just looking for something that works better for you and your family. Either way, they make it simple to see your options. No guesswork, no surprises. Ready to see how easy and fun shopping for car insurance can be? Visit Progressive.com and give the Name Your Price tool a try. Take the stress out of shopping and find coverage that fits your life, on your terms. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
One day, you will die.
Not true. It will likely take several days.
Good Morning Night Vale. Before I say who I am, I just want to I want to share like the behind the scenes for the people who are listening to this, and maybe this could be a Patreon extra at some point. There's a whole other podcast that happens before this starts that I would 100% listen to every single week, and it's got me shot out of a cannon in the best possible way. I'm just happy to see you both and be here talking with you. I'm Hal, 6 foot Capricorn.
Oh.
Happy to meet you.
And I'm Symphony, a 5'2" Libra. And, I'm pretty pumped to see you.
And I'm Meg. I'm a 5'10" Aries. And I'm speaking to you on this, the last day of my 30s.
Woo!
Yep. It's April 17th in our world, 2026. And what we are doing is we are recording a podcast where we recap every episode of the podcast, Welcome to Night Vale, episode by episode. We've been doing it for 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So a good part of my 30s, we've been out here recapping. And we do it because we made this thing that people like, and we want to share more about what it was like to make that as a way to continue and celebrate the community that was created by this weird popular podcast. So yeah, that's why we're here. That's what we're doing. Today we're doing episode 205. The moon is gone.
The episode description for this episode is what happened to the moon? You guys, the moon is gone. And normally, Cecil's talked a lot of shit about the moon. Let's be real. He's said mean things about the moon. He's shaking his fist. Maybe he hasn't actually shaken his fist, but I imagine every time he's like yelling he's calling it stupid moon. He's like shaking his fist at it. And now that it's gone, he's sorry, as he should be, because the moon is a queen. I love the moon. Do you like the moon?
Big moon fan?
I also love the moon.
Yeah, I like the moon a lot.
especially right now in these times, because we just had our Artemis situation.
Right? The moon is at the forefront. She's having her moment. We saw her butthole.
Yeah. A week ago today, I was at Iris's gymnastics and I was streaming the splashdown on my phone. And Iris was like done with gymnastics, but like I didn't want to miss the splashdown. So we were just like sitting in the lobby at gymnastics watching it on my phone. And Iris was trying to talk to me and I'm like, shh, shh. And I like cried when they came out of the like communication blackout. I heard their voices again and I was like just crying.
Well, because you never know.
Yeah. You never know.
Would you say you're a major space lady? Like, have you watched like Curiosity and Opportunity, that stuff, like the rovers that went to Mars? Like how into that are you?
I'm not super into it. I'm super excited about it, but I never really made space in my life for it until now. But with the Artemis, I think it became so much a part of our collective culture, which I think that's what the moon is our collective culture. It's this thing that everyone in the world gets.
Right.
I get really sad. I think I've talked about this on the show before. I get really sad when people try to like own the moon and like do shit to the moon. I'm like, you don't fucking own the moon. You can't do shit to the moon.
Why would you do something to the moon? Like, first of all, leave it alone. Something bad could happen to like our waves and shit. Like, what about the werewolves? Will someone think of the werewolves?
No one's thinking of the werewolves. And like the moon protects us by its gravitational force, like
taking the meteor hits.
Takes the meteor hits, takes all them hits so that we don't be taking them hits. But yeah, but I'm like, I would say that historically I have had an appreciation for space travel and exploration, but it did not really, like, it was not something that I had a huge personal investment in until recently.
It's understandable. Yeah. I mean, it is a huge...
How about you guys?
It is a huge cultural thing. The huge NASA event of my childhood was the Challenger explosion, which was horrific.
So sad.
Like beyond...
Not a good time.
Beyond the baby boomers who were there for all of the space race. They got to see us land on the moon and what a big moment that was. And then sort of it dwindling down. It's cool again. We haven't sent anybody to the moon in such a long time that even to orbit it and come back is such a huge deal. Like it highlights, to your point, there's no like bent to it. Nobody benefits from it in a profit sense. Like we all benefit from more knowledge. It's the curiosity of humanity on display. And that's something we all share. Like the one thing we all have in common is it's amazing to see these people go into space, complete something that we will never do in our lifetime and return. You become invested in these people and their safety and excited for everything from the launch to the splashdown is very exciting.
Like literally no one has ever been that far away from the Earth. No person has been that far away from the Earth before. And that's pretty amazing. Do I ever want to go into space? Hell no.
Why not?
No, I can't go on a boat without puking.
Imagine the fourth.
Just get the patches.
Yeah. Just a bunch of just covered in Dramamine patches. Like,
you look like the Mummy.
But I do enjoy like you said, Hal, the scientific exploration, that sort of thing. I think that's very cool. Going, where man has never gone before. I think that's really cool. And I want to see the pictures because it's also extremely dangerous to do all of that, to break free of the Earth's gravitational pull, be out there in this little friggin' thing where you have to pee and poo in the floor and you're in one room. Like, you don't even have your own little room. You're like all together with these stank ass people. I mean,
Yeah, can you smell in space?
I wonder, like, do you smell? Like, do you get BO like you do on the Earth? I don't know. They did talk about something about farts. I did hear about that. Like, they have, like, the certain diet to fart the least. And I could have told them, get colon hydrotherapy.
There's nothing in there. Yeah.
Before you go, get colon hydrotherapy.
And there's nothing in there.
But I would imagine you're eating like a pretty fiber poor diet in space to try to minimize the amount that you'd be pooping.
Right.
Like you're kind of probably just eating like dehydrated meat sticks and being like, this is enough. This is fine. I won't get, it's not going to kill me for 10 days.
It's like eating the green room for like 3 days, and I've done it. I've done it.
That is a good green room.
There's fiber in the green room.
There is.
And then I show up and bring cookies.
Hey, they're a welcome change.
There's apples.
No, there is fiber, but it'd be like just eating the sausage.
Just eating the sausage and the butter and the chocolate. And
I mean, would you eat cheese? Probably not. Cheese is going to probably fuck your stomach up and make you have to shit. Or some people it plugs them up,
fart.
Right. And if you're going to reduce the methane in there, you got to chill on the cheese,
It took us like all of 6 minutes of talking about the moon to be talking about buttholes. We just got there. We get there every time, guys. Every time.
If you rolled the tape back, it wasn't me.
The people expect something from us. No, it was me.
I didn't do it.
This is the one time. This is the one time I'm ever going to bring it up on my own accord. But it's for science.
Mark that, everybody. Mark that, everybody. Write in when she does it again. Write in when she does it again. She'll do it again.
If the moon disappeared and then when you looked at the sky, it made you very sick, that would be upsetting to me, which is what happens in this episode.
Oh, I would hate that.
But if it was Radio Jupiter using it as a portal and it was ultimately going to be fine, I'd be like, cool, great.
But we don't even find that out until...
No, we don't.
Basically, the weather. Until like the end, I'm like, oh... And the fact that Cecil was like, oh, I should just not look at the sky then. Like, it makes me feel... like it tastes metal and like makes my teeth itch and all this stuff. And he's like, oh, dang it, I did it again. What the hell? Also, Carlos, stop it with the Elden Ring. Didn't somebody die from that? From like not going to the bathroom or something? Playing it for so long that they didn't get up?
Probably.
It was, you are correct. I don't know if it was Elden Rings, but it was definitely playing a game. They died from deep vein thrombosis because they weren't standing up.
My God.
Blood clot.
That's crazy.
So that's like...
As a person that is video game adjacent, like I don't necessarily game myself, but I've spent many hours watching people game. There's no fucking way. 20, 30 hours just like beep bopping on this thing. No. I feel like I would be wasting away.
No, I played games all my life and I couldn't do that.
Yeah. But some people, they're into it.
You just get on a bender. It's not me. I'm not on a game bender, but I definitely could like bed rot for like 30 hours.
Honestly,
sure.
I would get up to pee.
I have bed rotted for a really long time. Like just constantly scrolling. If you saw my analytics on TikTok, you'd be fucking sickened. You'd be sickened.
Yeah.
Just scrolling.
My screen time is upsetting.
It's bad.
Maybe I'll leave that. Maybe I'll leave that in my 30s. Can you imagine what the next part of my life could possibly look like if I didn't spend every fucking second on my phone? Like, what would that even look like?
I don't know.
In 2026, I can't imagine.
Yeah. Like, what could I even do?
It would look like the year 2006 for you, maybe?
Yeah. The year 2006, I was a sophomore/junior in college. So I still found a way to make my life not great without a phone. So
look, I think no matter what, the ingenuity of the human spirit, you can find a way to waste time, like no matter what. Like without a phone, you could just be staring into space. I don't know. I don't think that necessarily like getting rid of our phones or like getting off of a certain app is going to be like, you know what? Now I'm going to solve cancer.
I don't think I'm going to solve cancer, but I think I probably would fold my clothes faster.
Maybe.
I think I probably would be like, what if this book that I've been reading for 2 months, what if it took me a week to read it instead?
I feel attacked. I have 2 books I'm part of the way through.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to bring a book that I've been trying to read for the past 6 months. I feel like I keep reading the same 20 pages over and over because, like, I've been... I might have mentioned this before. Like, I'll be, like, reading, but I'll read before bed, and I'll fall asleep, and instead of dropping my phone on my face, it's my book, and then my...
Bookmark.
Thank you. You couldn't see the motion that I did,
Sorry,
listener,
your book place marker. Yep.
Yep. I just, stuck my hand straight down. like that fell out. So I can never remember where it was. And I feel like I'm reading the same 7 paragraphs over and over again.
They must be really good paragraphs, though.
Maybe I don't like that book. Maybe that's what it is. I should try something else.
Yeah. That's
I have a Night Vale question.
Yeah.
Is it possible...
On this podcast?
I know it seems weird. Especially if I'm the one bringing us back onto the tracks.
Wow.
Do you think Night Vale is rubbing off on Carlos and he's becoming bad at his job? Because we have 2 very good bad at your job references. One is Carlos getting so engrossed in a game that he's not willing to do the work of science when it's needed the most. Yeah. And number 2 is the Night Vale Astronomical Society, who clearly is so bad at their maintenance of the moon that it's plausible that they're the reason why it's gone, and they're just going to deny it, which means they probably done something else bad to it at some point because they don't know what they're doing.
Does Night Vale make you bad at your job? Or are people just bad at their jobs everywhere? And in Night Vale, where everything is turned up just a little bit, they're that much worse at their jobs.
Good point.
I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I don't think Carlos has been like that great at his job for a long time.
I think that Carlos plays that face card to get him places and has for a while.
True. He's he's a hot scientist, but like a D- scientist is still a scientist, no?
True.
Yeah.
Somebody has to be the worst one.
Nobody said he was good at it, right? But you know what? We're happy to have him. He's a personality hire, maybe.
Well,
bless his heart.
Yeah. Bless his heart.
That's actually funny.
I'd like to talk about my personal favorite part of this episode, which is the synergy that exists now between the Olive Garden and the woman from Italy. We finally have brought them together with a poem. And when I read this poem today, I fell more in love with my husband who wrote this because I think it's great. The woman from Italy will soon be returning, offering new shades of pain, invisible pain, past human, discerning. Great first stanza.
Do the voice.
The woman from Italy spares only the dead, so resign yourself to torment of unlimited salad and bread.
That's pretty great.
You guys, it's so good.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah, I loved the Olive Garden bit. I love whenever we're talking about the Olive Garden. I love that no one has spoken sincerely about the Olive Garden in my presence ever, my entire life. And yet they're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I will tell you, I cannot remember the last time I've had Olive Garden. Truly. But I will tell you, I still think about the salad and breadsticks. I think about it, and it's the only reason I would go back. I have no desire to eat their pasta, but do I want that breadsticks? I don't even want the soup. I don't give a fuck. I want the salad and the breadsticks because the dressing is really good. And the little seasoning that they put on top, it's like buttery and then like garlicky and stuff. Yes. Shove it down my gullet.
I went to an Olive Garden, I want to say in early December, somewhere in there.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
There was a Christmas market near us in the parking lot of a mall. And we went there early. We were hungry. I could tell it was like we needed to eat before we did anything else. What was nearby? Olive Garden.
The OG.
Soup, salad, breadsticks, keep them coming. And then the soup, there's like a creamy like gnocchi soup that's really good. And then you can dip the breadstick in what's left in the bowl before they bring you another one. So you might be missing out if you're not indulging in the soup because it is a trilogy of food. It is the soup, the salad, and the breadsticks. I don't care about anything else that they make for that reason. Like, you don't have to go past that. Why would you want anything else there?
What if I had an Olive Garden party where I made soup, salad, and breadsticks? When am I coming over? I have your address. Don't threaten me with a good time. Yeah, soon. I think soon. Let's have an Olive Garden party in the garden.
That sounds really good. An Olive Garden party.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sickening. That's actually...
I'll make a couple soups. I'll make a bunch of breadsticks. I'll make the Olive Garden salad with the iceberg, and I'll get the Olive Garden dressing, or I could attempt to make it myself and make it with good ingredients. But yeah, let's have an Olive Garden garden.
There are
party.
no good ingredients at Olive Garden.
Oh, that sounds...
This tastes healthy.
You can just buy the dressing too.
Smells
I think
healthy,
at the beginning of the part, I'm going to send out invitations, and the invitation will have the Woman from Italy Olive Garden poem enclosed. Yeah.
I love it. So, okay, Olive Garden aside, can we talk about the other ad sort of thing in here for another company that is real in our life? The whole Jeep thing.
The Jeep, yeah.
Yeah, buy a Jeep, okay? I hate Jeeps. Mm-hmm. That's a strong statement, and maybe that's untrue. I am, what is it? Reluctant to, God damn it. I am reluctant to like Jeeps because of Jeep culture.
Because of the ducks.
The ducks. They also leave them for each other. And the hand thing. The like when they're driving, they do the wave thing.
Do they?
Yeah.
What is that?
To one another?
Oh, they do a wave. There's a Jeep wave. Yes. To be like, hey, Jeep guy. Hey, Jeep other person. You like a Jeep too. Me too.
My
like
first
Jeeps.
car was a Jeep. We got it for free.
Did you Jeep wave?
Yeah, one of my dad's coworkers, I did not know of the Jeep wave at the time, however. So one of my dad's coworkers had this 1986 Jeep, and it was the year of our Lord 2004. And
wow.
She was like, I'm getting a new car. No, I'm not going to trade this in. Would your daughter like it for free? Which is very generous and very nice. And it was like somewhat functional and a great first car because it was a fucking beater.
Yeah.
And it could not go fast. It had a number of mechanical issues that do teach you a lot about like car maintenance and like where the coolant goes and like stuff like that. So
lessons were learned.
Yeah. So I had it. So in my class of 120 students, I want to say 20 of us had Jeeps.
What?
It was like such a popular car. Or like there's a picture of all of us in the yearbook with like all of us in our Jeeps lined up. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, I had the same color Jeep. His was a little newer, of one of my friends who often got in trouble with law enforcement. So occasionally I would get pulled over by the cops thinking it was him.
And they'd be like, "Oh, you're not Jason."
Yeah. The cops who knew him by name, and they'd be like, they'd get up to the window and they'd be like, "Oh, you're not him." And they'd say his name. And I'd be like, "Yep, not."
Oh, what?
Did you specify it? Was this a Jeep Wrangler? Jeep Grand Cherokee.
This was a Cherokee.
Cherokee, yeah. Those are when I was in high school, that was like the car that people wanted. Everyone wanted a Jeep Grand Cherokee. This is like 94, 95, somewhere in there. And when I first met my wife, Jennifer, you know her, but for the people listening, my wife, Jennifer, her parents had a Jeep Grand Cherokee, and it broke down all the number of mechanics, and they drove that thing into the ground. My father-in-law owned an auto supply store, so he knew his way around cars. And just that one, it swore them off of the brand because they had so many difficulties with it. One time, they picked us up from the airport, and we were transferring from one highway to another to drive to their house. And we had to pull over on the on-ramp, like off to the side, because it was dying. Like it would just randomly. It was crazy. And that's sort of what's carried over with Jeep. My dad was just president of the Pennsylvania Association of Realtors, and he had a Jeep that he drove, like that was the presidential car, because you drive all over the state going to events and stuff. So they give you a car, basically company car. Company car is a Jeep, and all sorts of problems with it.
Huh. Well, see?
Yeah.
Jeep. Buy a Jeep, okay? No, that's the answer from this podcast.
Right. Not okay.
I ended up donating my Jeep at the end when it was done. I drove it for a year and a half, and then my sophomore year, I never took it to college because it definitely did not have what it would take to drive the 150 miles to college. So I donated it to I think it was like an animal charity. They came and hauled it away. At one point it got stuck during a snowstorm, it got stuck in the road. Like engine just died. Wasn't that, because a Jeep, like you could get up the hill, but the engine just died. So when the snowplow came, the snowplow pushed it into the driveway. That was the last time it moved.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But Jeeps, you know,
What a paperweight.
get one.
Lessons were learned. Also, we had a whole thing about interns and how Cecil, this harkens back to that other episode that we talked about recently, dealing with Kareem and like Night Vale Kareem versus outside Night Vale Kareem, called Cecil and was like, I want my family back. It's like, why are you calling Cecil? He can't help you.
Oh, you got to check in, you know? Sometimes your former boss can help you. So Joseph wrote this episode, and he added the Kareem part after reading Jeffrey's episode from the one before. He said that that's
brilliant.
something that happens often during their writing process, is that they'll write their thing, and then they will go and find bits from the other stories that are happening and pull them all in to tie it all together. So the intern bit was added after Joseph had the idea for this episode. So, yeah, and started writing it. Joseph also says in his notes that the title of this episode is a direct reference to the John Steinbeck book, The Moon is Down.
Oh.
And he also talks a bit about sleep paralysis, which is mentioned in this episode.
Oh my God, that part was so funny. Go ahead, keep going.
He's had sleep paralysis for his entire life. He doesn't have it so much now because he has figured it out. He had like a resurgence of it after we had Iris, because sleep was just like so messed up in our household for years that if you have sleep paralysis, when you like your systems of sleep get messed up, that you can have issues with it. So
it was just so interesting actually described, because I've never had sleep paralysis, so I don't understand what that feels like, what it seems like, whatever. And I've heard people mention sleep paralysis demons and whatever, but I liked the way he described it. But I was like, it's difficult to breathe, or that you're like not sure if you're breathing or if you're doing it right or whatever. And while you think that breathing should be an involuntary thing, I think when you're probably in that state of, because I know how it is when you just wake up and you're really confused, like you were in a dream, and then you wake up and you're like, wait, was that real? Like, where am I? Like, what's going on? Like, I've definitely had those feelings. So imagining that, like, you also couldn't move, and then you're like, kind of like looking around and everything seems distorted, like in the dark or in the night or whatever. I'm already a scaredy cat. So like, if I have like a mannequin or, you know, just a coat or a hoodie hung up on the back of the door, it's gonna look confusing, you know? Everything's spookier in the dark.
Joseph will sometimes, like, if there's like something that he knows in the room will like make him have sleep paralysis, he'll like go move it. Like, we have to always sleep with the closet door closed, and like the chair in the corner should be cleaned off of stuff, and like,
I also sleep with the door closed, the closet door closed, but that is because of ghosts. Or whatever might be in there.
Do you think a door will stop a ghost? What's I'm just trying to say what the reasoning is. Is it like a chalk line where like you draw a chalk circle and the ghost can't go through a door? Or that it'll go, oh, somebody's in there, I'll go somewhere else.
Your guess is as good as mine. Maybe, but like also I think it's that idea that like if something is coming out of your closet, I mean, I don't know what, there's not like a lock on it, so I don't know why it would stop it. Like if it could, maybe they don't, because they don't have hands, they can't open the door.
Oh yeah, it's like the movie Ghost. They can't grab onto things, they concentrate real hard.
Yeah, they can't like grab it.
And even then it's just a penny.
Yeah. And you'd think that they could like go through the walls or something, but I don't know. Who knows the ghost rules? Not me.
not yet.
You know what? We all make our own ghost rules in life. Make your ghost rules, people. Hashtag ghost rules. Tag us.
What a refreshing
Hashtag ghost rules.
Radio Jupiter that comes in.
Okay, yes. First of all, big ups,
Yeah.
Robin Virginie. But I was like so confused. I was like, wait a second. I was like, is this like an ad? And then I was like, oh no, it's her. I was like, what's happening? And then she said she busted through it. She introduces the weather, and then when we come back, she was like, oh yeah, that was me, my bad. It'll come back, probably. Do we think the moon's it's gonna come back?
Yeah.
I do think it will come back.
Yeah, because I feel like in later live shows, he's mentioned the moon, so... And he doesn't keep complaining about his teeth, I don't think, so...
Mm-hmm. So, as a person who is in the last few hours of their 30s, I was particularly struck by several lines from the Radio Jupiter segment. There's one in the first part where Radio Jupiter says, "There's a finite amount of beauty we will ever see, just as there is a finite amount of anything we will ever see. Everything about us is finite. Everything within us is infinite."
Oh.
I found that comforting in this moment of time. And there's also this other part that says, "I did not think I would be back, and yet life is a whole lot of and yets. Each of our lives is a series of temporary situations that never fully resolve themselves until one day, all at once and simultaneously, all of them do. The problem, of course, is that we compare our current state, which must be temporary, to some imagined perfect state, which we imagine will be our forever. But there is no perfect state. There is only a series of current states." So,
deep.
Joseph speaking through Radio Jupiter from the past to me as we run out the clock on 30.
Yeah.
The decade of 30.
The decade of 30.
Yeah, I mean, it's very just like, be here now, live your life, because it's temporary. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Don't compare your life to what the idea of a life can be, because that...
Right.
Just got to be in it. Got to be in every moment.
Right. It's going to be different, and it's going to be different for everybody. So,
got to get off our phones. Except that Night Vale's on our phones, and Night Vale helped me. So maybe we can be on our phones for just that.
Be on your phones sometimes. Be on your phones for certain things, and then be off of your phones. Also, like, you can be on your phone, but then be off of your phone and look around and
Can you
see
be
what's
less
going
specific?
on. And like,
can you zoom that out for me a little bit?
Generally, you should be like, yeah, and then like, no, but then also possibly yes.
Perfect.
Mainly put your phone down at concerts.
There it is.
Yeah.
Perfect zoom. Perfect zoom to bring us home. Up next, we hear from fans and friends of the podcast. But first, a conversation about this episode's weather. Us in the Woods by Birds of Fae. Lovely.
Yeah.
I say.
Very nice.
I enjoyed this one. It was very much like, I don't know, it felt like it went with the whole Radio Jupiter thing. Like, I was just like, oh, yay, we're zooming around, we're living our lives, we're like, here, this is cute. But I will be honest, I wasn't really like paying like a ton of attention, but I did enjoy it. So there's that.
I enjoyed it as well. Birds of Fae is an indie pop duo from Long Island. As of on their Instagram, Long Island. On their Instagram, they say they're on an indefinite hiatus. So thank you for your service, and good luck out there. As always, good luck to all bands.
GLTAB.
Hearts. Lately, I've been all over the place. Between touring, dog sitting, and traveling, my routine has become non-existent. Now that my travel schedule has slowed down, I need to get back to eating real food and not just grabbing what I can when I can. And Factor is making that easier for me. Factor meals are ready in 2 minutes and require little to no prep and no cleanup. So even on the days when my schedule is completely out of whack, eating well is still achievable. Like today, I had 3 meetings and a client. By the time I was done, I was hungry and I just needed to eat. So I grabbed the Beurre Blanc filet mignon with Parmesan risotto, and it was delicious. I was amazed at how tender it was and how flavorful the risotto was, and saved me from having to pick something up quick. And in 2 minutes, I had something healthy, fresh, and delicious. So if you like fast, easy, and delicious meals, I think you would like Factor meals too. Let's eat real. Head to factormeals.com/GMNV50OFF and use code GMNV50OFF to get 50% off and 1 free breakfast item per box for 1 year, while supplies last until 10/31/2026. That's code GMNV50OFF at factormeals.com. GMNV50OFF at factormeals.com. See website for more details.
Hey friends, Olivia from Ollie. Between new routines and the ultimate group project known as parenting, you need science-backed solutions that work with your life. That's where Ollie comes in. Start your mornings off right with multis made to support nutrition and immune health. Choose from our lineup of gut-supporting probiotics, and we've got occasional sleep support to help the whole fam chase their big dreams. Head back to class with the #1 gummy supplement brand. Stock up on Ollie.com today. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
And now we do it. And now we fold it all together. We stuff it all in. We find ourselves in the FanZone Calzone. First up, we hear from Jesse. Jesse writes, I read once that the moon emits radio waves. I asked my boyfriend, who is better at science than I am, if it would theoretically be possible to listen to the sound the moon makes. He said yes. So my theory is that there's a radio station in Night Vale that just plays the sound of the moon 24/7 called Moon FM. It's what Carlos plays in his lab when Cecil's not on. Keep being rock stars, Jesse.
Wow. I like that. Moon FM.
Moon FM.
I'd listen to it.
Yeah, I like it.
FM. I feel like they'd have somebody cool like Delilah or somebody like relaxed, be like, hey, this one goes out to all you Luna lovers out there. Next up in the Calzone, we have L. L writes, all hail, dear tri-hosts. I started listening to Good Morning Night Vale when I was in grad school, right around when the show became really popular. Over the years, I've drifted away and come back as life ebbs and flows. Most recently, though, I picked up the show again after fleeing a long, abusive marriage. Good for you. I left my much-loved home and moved into an apartment that seemed utterly empty. I work remotely and was now living alone for the first time. I soon found myself missing the regular sound of friendly voices. This is when I remembered Welcome to Night Vale. I began a re-listen and quickly discovered Good Morning Night Vale. Cecil, the cast, and you three at Good Morning Night Vale have kept me company through the hardest time of my life. I felt like I had an apartment full of friends who made me laugh, cry, and think, and who helped me make my new place a home. I'm happy to report that my world has changed dramatically since those early days. I'm in the most wonderful, supportive relationship I could have ever imagined, and I've even gotten my boyfriend into Night Vale. In your recent episode, you mentioned fantasy tabletop role-playing games. My boyfriend and I are avid players, and it's actually how we met. One of my characters is a bard based on Michelle Wynn. Her band continually changes its name to avoid going mainstream, and they play a variety of experimental music, such as the shrieking of nocturnal mammals and the sound of silverware caught in a dish disposal. It makes me wonder, what kind of music do you think your characters would listen to? Thank you for reading my letter and for all the wonderful work you do. Hope to see you at upcoming live show. Warm wishes, L. Wow, Elle, first of all, so glad you are in a better situation than you were all those years ago. And I wish you the best in all of your future endeavors. Now, as far as what I think Tamika Flynn would listen to, well, if she's not listening to an audiobook, I think she would listen to some sort of like jazz or classical music or something. But when she's like fighting, when she was like back in the day, like hunting, fighting, I think it would be like some sort of like screamo or like hardcore, like she'd put in like headphones and go into the library and it would just be like the soundtrack from Blade or something. Yeah. What do you guys think?
I feel like Deb listens to like noise.
Like white noise?
Just white noise?
Just like, yeah, like a literal swarm of bees is probably her favorite song. I just feel like because she's Hayes, it feels like a thing that Hayes would enjoy would be like static.
Yeah.
It's comforting.
Yeah.
First of all, what a great gimmick for a bard. I love coming up with weird character choices. I always think they're more interesting. I played a bard once who couldn't remember his own songs, so that's always fun. This is way better, though. Like a bard trying to be like indie cool is fantastic. And I think Steve Carlsberg listens to yacht rock and only yacht rock.
Of course he does.
Loves Michael McDonald, loves Kenny Loggins.
The daddest of dads.
Loggins and Messina, Captain and Tennille. Come on. That's his jam. There are some great names out there. It's hard to beat Anonymous Poop Lady, but the Witch of the Wandering Path is also pretty great, who writes, Good morning, Night Vale. Hope you're all having a good day so far. I'm not all the way caught up on Good Morning Night Vale yet, so if you've already heard something like this, feel free to disregard this email. But I have a fun little theory that I thought might amuse y'all. My pet theory for some time has been that Carlos was originally the protagonist of a network television sci-fi mystery show about a dashing and heroic scientist unraveling the secrets of a strange and spooky town. Throughout the first year of Welcome to Night Vale, we see him doing dramatic things in the background of many episodes, which from the TV show's perspective are the A-plots of his episodes, while Cecil's stuff is mostly background fluff. However, the show was unfortunately canceled after one season, leaving him more or less stranded in Night Vale without greater purpose, but also freeing him from his obligations to the narrative and allowing him to live his own life, settle down, etc. This is the cause of the increasing silliness of his science, in quotes, over the years. Originally, he was supposed to be a normal and rational character in a wacky setting, but the further he gets from his straight man and the comedic sense roots, the more his science, in quotes again, becomes essentially wizardry with lab coats instead of starry robes, on par with bloodstone circles and similar Night Vale shenanigans. Well, that sums up better. That's maybe a little better than he's bad at his job. Then he's real good at his job. So I could be wrong. I could be wrong. This is a competing theory. The Witch of the Wandering Path adds, or WOTWP. Also, Hal, I agree with you. Steve Carlsberg is right about everything and always has been. I hope one day we find out what happened to the MIA Steve from the tiny underground city. Maybe he's been living in a mouse hole in the desert flowers walls all this time or something. Who knows? Thanks for brightening so many of my days with your shows. The Witch of the Wandering Path. Did we get this before Steve appeared again on Welcome to Night Vale?
I'm guessing we did. Let me look.
Okay.
Hang on.
Just curious.
Look and see when this one came in. We received this email 1 year ago.
Okay. So before, I think. I don't remember the timeline of
yes.
that. So there you go. Witch of the Wandering Path. I don't know. Maybe write in again. Does the latest time that you've heard Steve change your theory or your thoughts about it? You're wondering. Let us know. Hit us up. In the meantime, thank you all so much for listening. You are the reason why we do this. If you didn't love Welcome to Night Vale, then you wouldn't love Good Morning Night Vale, or we just have a food podcast and it would be the most popular podcast in the world. I don't know. I don't know your lives. The next episode we're going to do is The Great Librarian of the Western Sands. Until then, good morning, Night Vale. Good morning.
Good Morning Night Vale is a Night Vale Presents production. It is hosted by Symphony Sanders, Meg Bashwiner, and Hal Lublin. It is edited by Felicia Dominguez and mixed by Vincent Cacchione. It is produced by Meg Bashwiner. Theme music by Disparition. Email us at info@goodmorningnightVale.com to share your theories and ask questions, or to tell us how you feel about the moon these days. This show is powered by our patrons, like Greg Stovall, James Lee, Carla Toll, Kathy Fink, and Kellen Myers. If you are interested in supporting this show in exchange for lots of fun, exclusive, insider hyper-cool kid content, check us out at patreon.com/goodmorningnightVale. For more info on this show, go to goodmorningnightVale.com. Special thanks to Joella Knapp, Jeffrey Craner, Bree Williams, and Joseph Fink. Calzone ingredient of the week: the buy one get none special from the Night Vale Olive Garden.
Class is now in session, and the UPS Store is here to help you ace arriving on campus. Our certified packing experts can pack everything you need, from desktops to decor. Plus, when you pack and ship with us, you get our exclusive pack and ship guarantee. Your items arrive safe or your money back. Restrictions and limitations apply. To get a 20% off packing coupon and for full details, visit the upsstore.com/packing.
Close your eyes, exhale, feel your body relax, and let go of whatever you're carrying today.
Well, I'm letting go of the worry that I wouldn't get my new contacts in time for this class. I got them delivered free from 1-800-CONTACTS. Oh my gosh, they're so fast.
And breathe.
Oh, sorry. I almost couldn't breathe when I saw the discount they gave me on my first order. Oh, sorry. Namaste.
Visit 1-800-CONTACTS.com today to save on your first order.
1-800-CONTACTS.